Pedro arrives at home, and when he opens the door he says, "Hi love. My love, you are beautiful." She says, "Hi love, how are you?" and asks if he liked her dress. He said it was a nice dress, she replied, and that dress I had never worn, I decided to put it on today. Pedro asks, "But where are you going pretty like that?" She says, "Baby, you're forgetting. Today is that day I had a pizza with the girls, you forgot. I told you, remember?" Pedro says, "Oh my God, sorry love, so much at work that I ended up forgetting. Wow, and what about today?" She confirms. Pedro says he is a little hungry, and if she had made him something to eat. Aline apologizes, but explains that her day was hectic and that she had gone to the salon and had not had time to prepare dinner. Again she apologizes and tell him to order something quick for him to eat. Pedro says no need to worry, it's been a long time since I ordered a sandwich, today I order it, no problem, and better too. Pedro again says that Aline was very beautiful and that she would be the most beautiful today, and impressive, that's why I'm in love with you. Aline thanks him and says it's his eyes. Pedro asks if she is already leaving. She says that she's just going to put on a perfume and that she would go. Pedro says okay and says he's going to take a shower so he can rest. Aline says that love, go get some rest. Pedro kisses her and says he loves her. She reciprocates. Moments later Aline was in the room putting on perfume. Pedro enters and says wow, what the scent is. Aline asks if he liked it and that perfume he had given her, and that she loved that perfume and that her husband had hit the nail on the head as always. Pedro again praises the perfume and also talks about how beautiful his wife was. She replies that it is a new one that had opened in the center that has pizza and that she would have a beer. Pedro says that he is worried and that he thought it was better for Aline to ask for an app car because he knows she would drink and it was dangerous for her to drive, and I don't want to be here worried. Aline agrees and says that she had even thought about going by car because as it is not far away there would be no problem, but anyway she would not go because her husband knows her and knows that she is very prudent, and that he would have a beer a little, but she would take it and inform him that her friend Flavia would stop by to pick her up and that on the way back, if she didn't stop by there, she would ask for an application car to return home. Pedro says okay, but anything he would take her and look for, there was no problem. Aline says that she doesn't need, that he could go take a shower and lie down to rest, that he didn't need to worry. Pedro looks at the bed and sees some clothes on top of the bed, so he tells Aline that he would fix it. Aline talks and love missed these clothes, but when I arrive I fix everything. Pedro says that she doesn't have to worry, that he would fix everything. Aline reminds him to order something delicious for him to eat. Pedro says he forgot his wallet at work and asks if Aline can lend him her card so he can buy it. She says yes and that she would leave her card with him so he can buy it. He spends it and says he's going to the kitchen to get some water because he wasn't feeling well. Aline asks if everything was okay. He says yes and that he would just drink some water and go to the kitchen. Aline looks in the mirror and also confirms that she was ready. And she leaves the room. Moments later, Pedro is sitting in the living room watching, and Aline arrives saying goodbye and says that she wouldn't be long and anything was for him to call. Picking up her bag and heading towards the door, he again asks if she was going to take the app car and that if not he would be very worried. Aline talks and of course I'm going to go back by car with the app. It seems like another year worrying for nothing, and warns him that he'd be back already. He doesn't need to worry. He says then, that's right love. And says lock the door and take the key because I'm going to bed. I have a little headache and I'm going to go to bed. Aline asks how do you have a headache, you're not like that. Aline realized that her husband was not well and decided stay, because what matters most is the well-being of your partner. Aline walks to the room and wonders about her husband's sudden headache, takes her cell phone and calls Flavia and asks if she had already left the house. When she has confirmation from her friend that she hasn't left yet, she thanks and tells her friend that she would not be able to go because an unforeseen event had happened. Her friend asks if something had happened. Aline says that it was not all right, but that she would not be able to go today and asks her friend to have fun with her girls and say goodbye. Aline speak me, I'm not going out with my friends and leaving my husband like that, I'm going to take care of him. Elaine walks to the living room and sits on the couch with her husband and asks if he was ready for them to watch the series they like so much. He asks Love, wouldn't you go out with your friends? She says yes, I would go out with my friends, but it looks like I'm going out to have fun and leave my love here with a headache. You know me, Love, and I'm not one of those. Pedro speaks, but you want to know something? I already knew I would do this. You never let me down. It wouldn't be now that I would let you. Elaine says, not really, how do you think my heart would be knowing you weren't well? So he says he's going to order another sandwich for her to eat too, and she says that she does it, even telling him she loves him and kissing him. Companionship is as essential as love, and without it any relationship is incomplete.